Insert title here. A stuffed wombat production.
Fancy a game of actor bingo while we listen to this latest stuffed wombat production, Ben? First one to spot all the people who've ever taken part in one of these plays wins a jar of Bogoloth snot.
Yeah, why not, Bill? We might actually pay attention to the drivel then.
This is the Shirehampton Stuffed Wombat Society with their performance. Look, I'm not doing this. It's repetitive and formulaic.
I'll take you out and have you shot if you don't get on with it.
Right, like that's going to work. I got zapped by a ray gun in the last episode, and look how far that got you.
OK, I'll write you out of the script. I am the author, after all.
Go on, then.
Fair enough. You asked for it.
I'm still here, you know.
Indeed. That was your last line.
Didn't think of that, did you, smart-ass? Shouldn't leave revolvers lying around in your script, should you? Someone might get hurt. Right, I'm taking over. What this script needs is more raspberries. OK. This is the Stuffed Society, and this play is called and
Not as easy as you think, is it?
I think that should finish him off. Now, where was I? Yes, the play. It's going to be called Insert Title Here. I'll think of something suitable later. And it has two blokes.
Boring.
How are you still alive?
Because I wrote all of this, stupid. I think that's enough fannying around. What little audience we had will have switched off by now. Just pick some characters and let's get on with it.
Patrice and Princess Freckles.
Good. Now, where are they and what are they doing?
Well, they're in the grand dining room at Tootinonde Castle. The table's lit by numerous candles, and there's a Catan board, obviously. The candles are...
Not too much detail now. Let the listener imagine those bits. Now, is there any champagne?
Pommery, naturally.
Do I hear laughter?
Yes.
Why?
Freckles is trying to get Patrice to enunciate more clearly, and Patrice is trying to persuade Freckles to speak French. Neither is doing particularly well.
I wonder why.
A bit too much champagne, perhaps? Listen.
Patrice, stop mumbling. Try again. The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain.
But then Freckles, I'm French, and consequently too laid back to speak English like that. Besides, climate change means not rain falls anywhere in Europe. Why don't you try speaking French like me?
Why?
Pourquoi?
Excuse me?
Excuse-moi?
It's not that funny, is it?
You'd have to be there.
So why did you start here?
The listeners like a mixture of voices, and I wanted this play to be different, you know, not starting with Mugg and Zung.
Unwanted visitors started with Miss Lovelace and Jan what's-his-name.
Perhaps we need more characters. Audience research indicates that our plays with more characters are more popular.
You might want to reword that line later.
Why?
Too many mores. Look, just ring the acting agency and recruit some extra characters, and quickly, before this whole thing goes off the rails.
Hello, is that the Acme Acting Agency? I need some celebrities to star in a new drama. Yes? Oh, Ian McKellen is busy, is he? What about Patrick Stewart? Ah. You have a job lot of amateurs available. They'll have to do. Could you send them over? Yes, thank you. Goodbye.
Look, I hope I'm not going to be cast as some sort of guard again. I want a part that shows my sensitive, caring side. I'm a lovely mummy, aren't I, Étoile? Yes, aren't I?
That's a strange sounding sheep.
He's a bloody dog.
It's a sheep.
He's a dog.
Sheep.
Dog.
Sheep.
OK, he's a sheepdog. Happy now?
Yes. Who's that at the other end of the room?
Oh, that's the person who usually plays the tannoy announcers or newsreaders. She's got a very loud voice.
No, I haven't.
Well, obviously you do. You're at the other end of the room that's 60 foot long and we can hear you quite clearly.
That's the audio production amplifying my voice. What you actually heard was only a tad above a whisper. That's a lovely dog you've got there. What type of dog is it?
We've decided that he's a collie.
Has someone found my collie?
It's the ghost of Tootenonde Castle.
Oh, wait, man, that's not my collie. And I'm not a ghost. Duh.
Well, you appeared out of nowhere.
I thought I'd make a dramatic entrance. Things need livening up around here. Is that a bottle of champagne?
Get off, that's mine.
Not anymore, it isn't, posh totty.
Who are all these people, Freckles?
I don't know, but it's got the makings of a brilliant party.
We're here for the play.
What play?
We don't know. We haven't seen the script yet.
Yeah, we don't even have names either. Apparently, I'm called Character 1 and she's Dog Owner.
Well, make up your own names.
Do you think we should?
Your name's Booby.
That must be a typo. He probably meant Bobby.
Yes, but where did he appear from?
One of the castle's many secret passages. Fred Totem is always doing that.
So, Fred Totem.
Fred Totem, like Factotum, except he's called Fred and he does everything.
Sorry, so Fred Totem, what am I called?
You're called Silly Billy.
That's a very silly name.
Oh, give him a break, he's only 6.
Oh, OK.
This really is utterly shambolic. Why hasn't anyone taken charge here?
I think this is getting out of hand.
Give them a chance.
Right. We need someone to oversee proceedings, and I know just the man. Oh, Jan!
Here, Miss Lovelace.
Blimey, it's a giant.
Granted, he is very tall, and thus in a perfect position to oversee things, but a giant he most certainly is not. Now, Jan, Freckles, I believe you two have a history, but I need you to get along for the sake of group harmony.
Okay, as long as she doesn't start snoring. Right, I'm off.
A little patience, if you please. Princess Freckles, if you don't mind.
Oh, what? I'm terribly sorry, Miss Lovelace. It's not my fault. I suffer from 3N syndrome.
Is that a COVID variant?
No, it's narratively necessary narcolepsy.
Nah, you're just pissed.
No, I'm not.
Silence. Right. Patrice and Fred Totem, you're in charge of plot development. Bobby and Silly Billy, you're working on backstories and characterisation. Now, I think that just leaves Ghost.
I'm not a bleeding ghost. My name's Eva, right? Like the last play I was in.
OK, that leaves Eva and Tannoy Person. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
I'm called Sabine, thank you for asking.
Right. Eva and Sabine, you're in charge of weaving...
Did someone say weaving?
The dialogue together. Who in God's name are you?
Linda Lovecraft, handicraft specialist at your service.
That's going to make things really complicated, having a Lovelace and a Lovecraft in the same play. Can't you change your name?
Why should I? I sound totally different from you, don't I, sweetheart?
Of course, pet.
Fair enough. Lovecraft, you're in charge of weaving the characters' dialogue into a narrative weft, so to speak. Eva, Sabine, I'm sure we'll find something else for you to do.
This is a bloody zoo. Are you keeping track of all this?
Not really, but then again, I don't think there's much room for anyone else.
I wouldn't bank on it.
It's my little Adolf. What's happened to your voice?
I think this accent sounds more menacing. I am supposed to be a supervillain after all.
Well, well. Adolf Brussel. And Eva? I thought I recognised you both. Glad to see you survived the sand grenade I left you back on the Isle of Coll.
You evil bloody witch. When I find my taser, you're going to be sorry.
That's enough bad language, young lady.
Who put you in charge?
I'm Mrs. Whitehouse, the dialogue cleanser. I'm here to make sure that no one uses bad language. I do a bit of light dusting too.
I'll say what I want.
Go on then, try it.
Bigger tot walk. You hunt. Duck.
I don't think so.
Full of tricks.
Well, technically, that's not a swear word. I don't like what you're implying.
Bobby, silly Billy, you might want to tone down Eva's aggression levels. It makes the plot too confrontational.
Right you are, Miss Lovelace.
Bobby, do you think we could make Eva a misunderstood, highly talented artist?
It might be better if she's a controversial art critic.
I think we could work with that. Let's say she's here to value Queen Clement Rothariger's expensive art collection. What no one else realizes is that she's colluding with Adolf Brussel to steal it.
Good idea!
Will someone end up foiling the plot?
Princess Freckles will.
Really? Princess Freckles is a socialite and renowned beauty, not a super sleuth. Is there something we can add to Freckles' backstory that might help, silly Billy?
Perhaps she socialised with crooks and villains in the past and recognises Adolf and Eva.
Hello? I haven't said anything for ages. It would be nice to get a look in.
Yeah, me too.
Sorry, remind me who you are. I have a terrible memory for names. I could just call you darling, but I don't think that would help things much.
I'm called Sabine, remember? You know, the one who is supposed to have a loud voice.
I've been typecast, man. The script has me down as Geordie. I'm not sure if that's my name or my heritage. Look, I can sing, you know.
Geordie will have to do. I'm not sure if we've got any music planned for this play. Someone will have to get back to you if your musical talents are required.
You've got yourself into a right pickle here. Who's doing what?
If I've got this right, Adolf, Eva, Sabine, Geordie and Freckles are potentially characters in the play. Patrice and Fred Totem are on storyline development. Bobby and Silly Billy are handling characterisation and backstories. Lovecraft is responsible for creating the overall narrative. So I guess that leaves Lovelace and Jan as sort of directors stroke producers.
You've forgotten the dog.
Incidental for now.
And Queen Clement Fratariga?
Probably still in bed, but she might turn up later when dinner is served. You never know.
I'm glad to see you've steered clear of sciencey stuff, or any time travel plot devices.
I don't think it's needed in this.
We'll be too busy anyway.
Who was that?
Apparently she's called Flo, but she doesn't appear in this play. And yet, oddly, she does. I guess that's a sort of Heisenberg superposition sciencey thing.
Damn. Listen, I think you need to get on with your story. It's all getting a bit too Tristram Shandy for my liking.
Right, where was I? Oh yes, trying to find raison d'etre for Sabine and Geordie vis-à-vis the play.
How about something spicy?
Oh, all right.
Can I play Geordie's mistress?
I'm not sure about that. Linda will be furious.
Too right I will.
But that gives us a way of foiling the plot. While Sabine's in the process of bed hopping, she discovers Adolf and Eva removing paintings from the walls of the castle and raises the alarm.
There's no phone reception round here. She can't phone the police.
Oh, don't worry. The police will hear when she calls them.
Ah, I forgot the loud voice.
Really? This is so unfair.
But Sabine, the storyline would be too complicated if we don't use this narrative shortcut.
All right then, if I have to.
Does Etoile play any role in stopping Adolf and Eva escaping?
He can do his collie thing and round them up. He's a good boy, aren't you, Etoile? I think I need to take you to a vet. That doesn't sound very dog-like.
Is it dinner time yet?
Ah, Queen Clement Rotariga, at last. Yes, it's almost ready, Your Majesty. Just tying up a few loose plot lines and characterizations.
I think I have an idea.
Brilliant. Right, listen, Bobby. Silly Billy. We need Jody to be a famous musician. He'll provide the entertainment at the castle tonight. Sabine will be the lady serving dinner at the castle. In the early hours of the morning, Sabine tries to sneak up to Geordie's room. Bobby, silly Billy, do you think you could handle the dialogue for that?
Yes.
You better not let her in, Geordie, or it's over between you and me.
Anything you say, Pet.
Splendid. I think we're ready. King Charles, Queen Elizabeth, are you ready?
Yes. Yes.
I say, Mummy, is that a painting of you up there?
Yes, that is a painting of one.
What about that one?
Yes, that is a painting of one too. And that one too.
Thank you, Mum. Your microphone levels are spot on.
Right. Places, everyone. Scene 1. Tootenonde Castle Dining Room. Queen Claremont Rhetoriga is entertaining Queen Elizabeth.
Hang on. Isn't this in rather poor taste?
Not at all. The Queen was famous for her sense of humour. I'm sure she was a big fan of the stuffed wombat productions.
Really?
Does it matter? I could write a Tyrannosaurus Rex into this story if I wanted to.
Please don't. It'll only wreck the castle.
Excuse me. Can we get on, please? Queen Claremont Rhetoriga is entertaining Queen Elizabeth, King Charles, Adolf and Eva Brussel, and the honoured guests to dinner. And action!
Wobbly rain gun effect.
Stop! Why has a dying Star Trek red shirt suddenly appeared on set?
Sorry, Miss Lovelace. I think I might have made a cut and paste error in the script. Or was it the announcer? Crikey, even I'm confused now.
I think you'll find it was deliberate. Do carry on.
Right. Let's try that again. Ready? And action.
I must say, that was a most excellent meal. Young lady, would you be so kind as to tell me what the soup was? I must get the chef at Highgrove to make some when I get back.
Cream of hawksbill turtle, Your Highness. Mr. Brussel generously provided the ingredients.
Splendid. Hang on. Isn't the hawksbill turtle very rare?
Yes, they're jolly difficult to find. It took me weeks to track them down.
No, what I mean is, aren't they a critically endangered species?
Well, they're even more endangered now, given how delicious that soup was.
Pass the plonk, Charlie boy. Mummy's gasping down here.
Mummy, honestly.
Allow me, Your Majesty.
Thank you, ducks. Queen Claremont Rhetoriga, can I persuade you to partake of another glass?
Yes, go on then.
This is outrageous. Neither King Charles nor Queen Elizabeth would behave like this.
Oh, stop being an old fuddy-duddy. The British monarchy needs to move with the times. Let their hair down. Chillax, as they say. Besides, this is a work of fiction.
I think you should cut the rest of this scene before you get arrested for treason or libel.
All right, then.
Right. Places, everyone. Scene 2. The end of Geordie's private recital. Everyone retires to bed. Sabine makes her late-night journey to Geordie's room.
History's rhyme, there's a place and a time and a truth to the gold that the fools cannot hold. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you.
Thank you. Your Majesties, honoured guests, I look forward to having the pleasure of performing for you again soon. Good night.
Well, I'm bushed, Charles. I'm going to hit the sack.
Really?
Good night, Mummy. I'll follow you up.
Excuse me,
Sabine.
Which room am I in, Sabine?
East wing, first bedroom at the top of the stairs. It's the one with the cornflower wallpaper.
Thanks. If you don't mind, I'll turn in too.
Sleep well. See you late, at breakfast.
I'm still not happy about this.
Quiet on set, please.
$2:00. time to creep over to Geordie's room. It's a good thing there's a full moon, otherwise I wouldn't be able to see a thing. Look, is all this expositional stuff really necessary?
Yes. Patrice and Fred Totem couldn't think of any other way of conveying the fact that you're getting up and going to Geordie's room. It doesn't really work if someone sees you and asks where you're going, does it?
I suppose not.
Just stick to your lines.
OK. What are those noises coming from the dining room? Oh my goodness! It's Adolf, Brussel and Eva taking the paintings off the walls. Hang on! They're trying to steal them. Help! Police!
Drat! We've been spotted, Eva. Head for the getaway car.
What getaway car? We arrived by taxi, remember?
I knew I'd forgotten something. Quick, run!
Good boy, Etoile. Round them up. Good boy.
Get out of the way, you stupid dog!
Adolf Brussel, I thought it was you. But what you do with my mother's paintings?
I was taking them away to get them cleaned, so that Eva could value them properly.
No, they weren't. They were stealing them.
Right, you two, don't move a muscle until the police arrive.
Or what?
I'll shoot you.
Where did that revolver come from?
I always keep it on my person. I find it a great bargaining tool when trading in games of Catan. You're going to jail, Adolf Brussel.
This ain't over until the fat lady sings. That's so unfair. Where did that fat lady appear from?
Bingo! Full house, right. Where's my jar of Bogoloth snot then?
And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen.
Ben, how did you miss that?
Sorry, Bill. I fell asleep. Was it any good?
Good grief, Mugg. That was a complete load of rubbish. I didn't follow any of it.
Couldn't agree more, old chap. My 6-year-old nephew could have done a better job.
Insert title here was written by Tim Reed and starred Richard Hall as Alien Bill, the announcer, Queen Elizabeth, King Charles and Dick Zung. Tim Reed was Alien Ben, the author, Adolf Brussel and Timothy Mugg. Hazel Hall was Princess Freckles. Patrick Fowler was Patrice Volaille. Cindy Reed was Bobby. Samantha McCann was Silly Billy. Sarah Gorton was Sabine. Sarah Hall was Eva. Freddie Gorton was Fred Totem. Grief, these credits are longer than the sodding...
Language.
Blooming play. Where was I? Oh, yes. Jill Barrington was Miss Lovelace. John Mountjoy was Jan Heuvel van Freugde. Ailish Fowler was Linda Lovecraft. Danny Lind was Geordie. Colin MacDonald was the dying Star Trek Redshirt. Jackie McCrae was Mrs. Whitehouse. Florence Smith was Flo. Marianne Hall was Queen Claremont Ratariga. And Beth McCann was the not-fat, fat lady. Etoile, the sheepdog, was just a sound effect. And it was a stuffed wombat production.